If you want to have yourself something pretty cool in your man cave or woman cave, by the way, that sounds kind of weird. You know what I mean. The thing is, if you want to have something pretty cool, put something on your wall, Grid has maybe a solution for you. In, I think, the last 2 years, I picked up a couple of these items just to see what we're actually going to get, how it is with the quality, and is it really worth putting in your cave. So yeah, first of all, they have all kinds of things from an iPhone, Game Boys, PlayStation portables. It's absolutely crazy how much cool stuff you can pick up. But what I'm actually going to get inside, that is what we're going to do an unboxing with one of these, and then we're going to do a quick overview of all the different models I'm having. Alright, so then next up I'm going to get myself a tiny scissor to cut it open, because they used a lot of tape to get this thing like bubble wrapped. It's more like these plastic envelope bubble wrap things we have seen before with other products from China I reviewed here on the channel. Alright, so I think I can just basically slide it out here. Alright, so let's do that. So here you can see we do even get an extra box. And this is not your typical like very thin cheap cardboard. This is really nice hard quality cardboard. So the packaging material is absolutely perfect. So let's open it up and let's see what we're going to get. More tape. And let's flip it over and let's open it up. Alright, so then we have done all of that. We're going to get even more packaging. And this is now feeling like my birthday. And I think you're paying quite a lot of money for like a product like this, but you're going to get more like this premium feel experience. And that is what I really appreciated. So let's see what we're going to get more in the box. So here we're going to get 50% off for your next purchase. So this is the code TI15. Okay, so basically if you're going to fill that in, you're going to get yourself a 15% discount. Here we're going to get ourselves a special code so you can win yourself an iPhone limited edition from Git. They also include some tools to hang it on your wall, if you of course can use it. I cannot use it over here. I think it's more like if you have a wooden wall or something like that, you can just slap it in there. But let's do an unboxing here, because it feels like my birthday now. Absolutely. Yep. And to bring it to the next level, you have this quality of seal, and also we're going to get this special nice wrapping paper from Grid. The Grid Frame Studio. Okay, let's be very careful about this. Alright, and let's do a quick unboxing. Oh yeah, this feels like my birthday. But it isn't my birthday. That's always what I'm having, you know, like when I'm doing unboxings, I'm always having this feeling that it's my birthday. Especially when we're going to do these live streams or like this massive unboxing from China stuff. Alright, yep, and there we're going to get it. There's a sneak peek in the inside. And let's rip and tear. Also very nice, very thick paper they're using. So everything is like really good quality. But in this video I want to take a close look at the Nintendo Game Boy, the Classic Edition. And the reason I chose this because the Nintendo Game Boy Classic is basically my first handheld that I ever got. And I got so many fond memories of it because I have so many like cool games on the still now up to today. So here we are going to get a coupon or 15% discount, so TOI 15. So that's pretty damn awesome. So if you're interested in getting one, because these things are quite expensive, and 50% off is 50% off. And you even have the option to win yourself a limited edition iPhone. And of course we're going to get ourselves the tools for hanging it on the wall, but I cannot really use these things. So yeah, so I'm going to use some different ways. Okay, so let's get this thing out of the box and let's do a quick tear down also, because I want to do a quick look in the inside. Okay, so personally, beside the point, I'm a big fan of Game Boy Classic. I think it's pretty damn cool, the thing they made over here. I also reviewed the PlayStation Portable one on my Wicked Gamer channel, and I've noticed like this thing is completely different. There are way more parts in this, and I think it's not really crowded, but it looks more appealing if you're going to put it on your wall. But of course, that's personally... damn it! Yep, I ripped the plastic. Okay, so we need to do a tear down anyway. So when you're looking at the quality of this, it's the same like the PlayStation Portable one. The wood frame looks very nice. Then we're going to get a plexi at the front. It's not a very thick plastic or PVC. Alright, so let's take a close look at the Game Boy and let's do a quick overview. When I saw the picture on the website, I thought like, were they using an actual LCD display or how did they made it? But you can see like they printed the Tetris on the paper itself. So it looks kind of cool. And the shell they are using is actually like an old Game Boy. It's not like they're using brand new shells inside this case. And here we can see like the main board itself. Pretty damn cool. And I'm still curious, like, is this thing still working or are these Game Boys completely broken? Here, go and get the speaker. This is the PCB for the cartridge slot too. Got quite a lot of capacitors on this thing, by the way. Never knew that. Alright, so the shell itself over here. Here you can see like it's used. Or that doesn't really use. It's a little bit like yellow. It's kind of funny, to be honest. Like if you're looking at the front one, it looks like almost like new, but the other one, the back one, is a little bit yellow. So let's lift it out because I still need to do like remove the plastic. Alright, so we can even do a further tear down. We can even remove the bezel over here. It's also made from wood. Then we can get the plastic out. So what we need to do is lift out the acrylic. Here we can give you an idea how the acrylic will look. You can see like it's quite thin. But yeah, it's acrylic. So it's going to be very strong, even if you accidentally bump into it. Alright, that's much better. If I hit something, there is plastic between the freaking acrylic and the frame. Alright, let's put it back in. Alright, it's in. Let's put the frame back in. And let's take a close look at the paper, the cardboard, and the way how they made this. So you can see there is some space over here, but that's not a big of a deal because this will be pushed into the wood at the back, because that's the frame for basically. Yeah, I really like it. I must say, like the way how they made this, it looks amazing. I love the Tetris that's basically printed on the paper itself. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Even up close where you don't have the acrylic in front of it. There's only one thing I'm curious about. Did they glue anything more than... Did they glue this? Yeah, they did glue it. Okay, that's very interesting. I just needed to check it out if they glued that. Yep. Okay, here we're going to get the PCB itself. Alright. Yeah. I still think like this front part is absolutely new, you know? Like it looks so nice. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the actual product. So this is what we're going to get inside the box. And I must say the way they made it is pretty damn cool. Here you can see like all the components of the PlayStation Portable. I asked them to give me a PlayStation Portable. But first... yeah. Okay, so the reason I wanted to have a PlayStation Portable 1000, this is basically the system that I bought back in the day. I think it was something around 299 euros. It comes in this very nice wooden frame, looks very nice. And at the front we're going to get ourselves plexiglass, not actually glass. I understand for transport purposes it's way better and way easier. Don't know for sure it's going to be scratching up. It looks like a very nice acrylic they are using. But overall, like the details, how they made this is pretty damn awesome. Here we're going to get even some text on it so to show you what it was actually for. I was wondering, like, if you're going to basically get the parts you're missing, would this be a system that still works, or is this something that is just broken and they didn't tear down to give it like an extra life this way? Because they are using actually like used devices, of course, and also for the cases. Here even say like the lifespan 2004 up to 2014. So this thing has been made for 10 years. Holy crap, that's long. Okay, so let's take a close look at the back over here. We can just lift it out. If there are any filth or there's something get loose in transport, you can fairly easily like lift it out. Let's take a close look at the PlayStation Portable that has been disassembled. So here we can see like basically they're having this thin cardboard that they're using in combination with the wood. And so far I can see nothing have came loose. And yeah, you can just basically, if it happens, you can just glue it up and back on the paper itself. I really love the way how they're presenting this product to you when you're buying one. But the thing is, this time we're going to get a smally different version. I already mentioned that there are different current versions out there when it comes to the sizes, but also the products. And I ordered myself the Vita. I'm a big fan of the Vita, and I just wanted to see how this thing looks when it comes to like putting it as a presentation on your wall. The frame, I will also do a quick side-by-side comparison with other models I'm having. It is slightly different. Hey, they forget to put this one and lock it. Oh, and there we have more of them. Okay, so let's find out what is all about that. Okay, so let's... Okay, cool. So So this is the PS Vita one, the 1000 model. So first of all, I've noticed that I need to unwrap some plastic. I'm going to do this normally. I always leave the plastics on, but with a product like this is not going to be very recommended. Next up, the frame is the same quality that we have seen many times before. This part is loose because one of the clips is not assembled. I think I can remove the plastic, and yeah, the plastic I have seen sometimes if it gets stuck you need to disassemble everything. But the way how they presented this is absolutely great. I always do wonder, like, how are they getting their systems and are they actually broken? But the other thing I wanted to check out, how is the overall quality when it comes to the system they did use. There was a plastic in here stuck, so the next thing that we're going to do is be very careful and disassemble. You can see like a lot of clips were loose. Okay, so we can just lift it out very carefully. Let's see how that works out for me today. Ooh. And I'll give you a quick overview how everything will look. I don't want to get any dirty fingers on here. Yep, there we go. Now we can lift this piece of wood out. The plexi is just your typical plexi. To be honest, I have no idea like how is the overall plexi quality because we have like a lot of differences when it comes to that. Oh man, this is what I mean. Oh. The plastic wasn't removed. Okay, so let's turn it around. Don't touch the plexi on the bin side. Okay, so let's remove this part. So that is something that I think is inevitable. So let's put the plexi back in. And that's the thing that we're going to do to set everything up. Okay, so let's put the wood back in. I will extra clean it up with a cloth so I know for sure there is nothing filled in the inside. But let's take a close look at the PS Vita because I am really curious how the overall quality is of this. But okay, so this is actually the way how everything looks, and I really like it how they displayed everything and just give you a quick overview of every single part. It still keeps me wondering like if this thing is really broken. You know, some PlayStation portables or like PS Vitas in this case can be broken with software glitches or stuff like that, but this is actually like 100% broken. That is the thing I always keep wondering. I just wanted to give you a quick look on the PS Vita. And when you're looking at the PS Vita shell, there are some scratches, but it looks absolutely in very good condition. And the same even applies when it comes to the backplate. Look at this. There are even no scratches on the backplate. Wow. But also the PCB looks absolutely astonishing good. So here we're going to zoom in a little bit and they absolutely cleaned it. And I think it's very nice to see that. I know there were some fellow creators getting controllers displayed and they had some issues when it comes to the overall quality, but so far I can see nothing to complain about this product. The only thing I can say if it comes to the quality, that the joysticks are kind of filthy, and that is, there you can basically see that this thing has been used. The same also implements for the right joystick, but yeah, is this something that is a problem? Nah, I think, and when you're looking at all the other parts, maybe it would be smarter to add new joysticks, if you can even buy these things. So first of all, the presentation, I'm just going to give them a 9 out of 10. The way how everything has been done. And again, you're paying a lot of money for this. So they just should do this every single time with every package. I'm curious how this basically turned out. So this is the PlayStation Portable. I didn't mention before, but I will put it in the title. The PlayStation Portable is one of those handhelds that I really enjoyed for a very long time. I got myself every single model now, but back in the day I got myself the number 1000 and the 2000. I still remember when this big clunky device came out, and later on they released the Slim, and I was flabbergasted about how good it actually was. And I mean particularly like having the same kind of performance with even like a slimmer device. But let's do also a quick overview with this. And you know what's kind of cool? Maybe let's do a quick side by side when it comes to also the 1000, because I do owe myself that one. The idea for me was to get myself a couple of these things for my collection, like the favorite handhelds that I grew up with. It is possible that sometimes you're going to get this thing and it's still a little bit wobbly because they didn't implement every hook in here. And I'm just going to be honest, I have perhaps the problem a couple of times that I need to put it back or just open it up, that we're going to do anyway for this video. Because if you need to remove the plexi over here, that is getting stuck underneath, yeah, like that. So it's quite difficult to get this right. So the next thing that we're just going to do is just open it up and just do a quick overview. Let's remove these and we can just lift it out and also do a quick peek in the inside. The way how they made it is quite simple. It has a piece of cardboard with a high quality print, I must say, and give them some credits. First of all, when it comes to the cleaning, I don't know if they just use new shells, but up close you can see how glossy it is. These things are like completely crazy scratch sensitive, but they look amazing, or they just cleaned it up that thorough. But the overall is great. I really love it that it's showing you here like the power circuit board, earphones, this is the power connector, and also it's like, is this thing completely broken? What happens if you're going to put it back together? I know there is a guy who basically did this with a Game Boy Color from Grid it was, I think, and that thing didn't work in the end. Here having the joystick, but if you just feel it, everything have been glued on here and is perfectly, yeah, really like perfectly done here. And like everything has been fit in or fit on the piece of wood perfectly, like even the buttons. So far I have no problems whatsoever. I think it's also cool that they still left the buttons in here. I don't know if this normally belongs in the shell, but it's kind of cool. Even the joystick looks as new. It's absolutely crazy. I think they just grabbed a new. No, I can see the contact that has been used, but then I keep wondering, it's such a beautiful device. Was it really broken? Okay, let's be very careful. Don't make too much filth. Let's make a big mess out of it, because sometimes if you're going to get a lot of filth in the inside, it's going to be a nightmare to get everything out, because the static electricity that you go and create when you're going to be getting a cloth or something like that. But this is what's basically like this thing is all about. Alright, let's remove it. Okay. It's just basic acrylic. So you always need to be careful with not only disassembly but also cleaning, that you're not going to get too much of a scratch on it. Okay, I got put my finger on the outside. Let's put it back in. Alright, there we go. Let's put the frame back in. And I think it doesn't really matter how I'm going to put it in, because it's the same kind of shape. This thing didn't go wrong here. Okay, and that's it. So let's put this back together. So far I have seen a couple of their products and there's no problem when it comes to the overall quality. I don't know how this will be with the controllers. I know they have a lot of different stuff out there, but I really like how this thing is turning out. No, it's fitting perfectly. Absolutely great. With Grid there are so many different ways to collect when it comes to portable handheld stuff. And in this video we're going to do a quick overview of all of the models I'm having over here for the collection. I have a reason why I pick up particular models, simply because some of the handhelds I played a lot, including the PlayStation 1000 and the PlayStation 2000. Still 1000 is one of my favorite ones. One of the coolest hardware they released Sony was the PS Vita. It's super highly underrated and many people didn't even spend too much time on it if you ask me. That also includes myself, because I played a lot on the PS Vita but not enough, because there were so many games I personally never got the chance to play. I do own myself a PS Vita, but yeah, this one doesn't go into play any games soon. No, not really. A very underrated system is the PS Vita. They are very expensive nowadays, and also makes this thing, and especially this piece of art, very expensive. But again, I just wanted to have one on my wall, because this is an absolutely hidden gem when it comes to hardware. I did a full review also about it, and that's why we're going to talk about it today. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video. And don't forget, let me know also in the comments, what is your favorite handheld back in the days? Which one did you own as the first one? I would really love to know, so let me know in the comments.